It's time.
Fun starting time for dinner.
Oh, terrific.
Faster dinner.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
I'm Bijan Robinson, running back for the Atlanta Falcons. Mental health makes me a better person and athlete just because whenever my mind is clear, I perform so much better. So mental health for me is the priority because it controls everything in your body and it gives you the chance to be the best physically you can be.
My dad was a farmer, and when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised or believing that men provide and they don't struggle, but we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Okay, so before we come over, can I ask a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog, but she's little.
Do you have any unlocked guns around the house?
We do have a gun, but it's stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. I appreciate you asking.
Yeah, of course. So does Friday work?
Sounds good to me.
All right, we'll bring pizza.
Our Orlando story is packed with outdoor activities and our love for nature. We knew Orlando was a great city, but couldn't imagine it had so much nature around it. Coming here makes you aware of your surroundings. All you need is a bike, so you can enjoy every part of this beautiful city while being outdoors. This is our Orlando story. What's yours?
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. Because since that revolution they said we'd lose, we just couldn't choose to stop being American. We put Hemi V8s back on the strip and pack 8 layers in a 7-layer dip. We're body slams and blue suede shoes, rock and roll, jazz and blues. Rockin' mullets and Rat Pack suits, even our grandmas have tattoos. We're NASCAR, rock stars, rodeo, monster trucks and power boats. Welcome to our epic show. keep winning on.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Walk-off home run. Here's a shot to the right side. This is shaping up to be a strike left side too.
Welcome inside of the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, and Frank Osborne with College Hoops as we welcome you into this Appalachian Athletic Conference tournament showdown between two really good programs, and only one can move on to day two of the tournament. It's the Montreat College Cavaliers and Columbia College Koalas. Montreat entering with 10 wins. They won their last regular season game as we get the big play to open us up, the 3-ball. The Koalas, 13 wins. They lost their last season game. Both of them very, very nice regular seasons as the Koalas look to respond. And this one goes for Anaya Muhammad.
Yeah, we're getting the fireworks started early here between the 8 and 9 seeds. Two teams separated by just one game.
Yeah, this is going to be a good matchup. You've got two teams that score a lot. They've got some very key players through the whole thing. And I mean, you don't always see that many points early on in women's basketball. So it's off to a flyer.
Stolen away, deadlocked at 3 early. Back out to the straightaway again. Didn't like the look. This sails over the baseline.
For Montreat, they do have one of the conference's best players at their disposal. Ramaya Sanders. Sanders second in the conference in points per game. She's been a phenomenal player for the Lady Cavs over the course of her career. And she's going to do battle head-to-head against Anaya Muhammad. Muhammad, a second-team all-conference selection, one of the leaders in the clubhouse for the Columbia Koalas.
On the way, this rattles off the heel of the iron. Hauled back in, the putback won't go either.
Yeah, and it's not just those two. Sarah Williams for Montreat, all freshman team and second team, all AAC. She was the one that opened the scoring today. She's one to watch for sure.
This goes in response on the other end of the floor. 5-3, Columbia out ahead early.
Yeah, and as great as Ramaya Sanders has been for Montreat, something to watch for them. Of their top 5 scorers, there's Sanders at the top. The other 4 all freshman performers, including Sarah Williams, who was an all-conference selection.
This goes on the Koalas end of the floor, and an early timeout between these two in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Gear up and climb the Hawk's Nest. Work together as a team to complete 4 high ropes challenges, all while suspended 40 feet in the air. Finish with a zip through the canopies on our 310-foot zip line. Our ground course features 9 exciting challenges and is perfect for large and small groups. The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Thrilling fun for group events, parties, and field trips.
Back in Kingsport in the first quarter between the Cavs and the Koalas as we break into the women's basketball tournament for the Appalachian Athletic Conference. On the way, couldn't drop it home. Koalas haul it in. Boy, she's putting in the work early, isn't she?
Definitely trying to control the boards and really man the middle for her squad.
Natalie Pitts hauled that in. Down low, almost got it. Would have been a big one. 4-point advantage early. Long ball, this is a response. Montreat, gorgeous little bucket for Amaya Sanders, who's averaged 17 points per game this season.
Yeah, and that's really where Montreat is at their best. We've seen them over the course of this year when they're able to push the pace, get out in transition, and take advantage of their athleticism.
The 5 on the floor right now, Sands, Sanders, Walraven, Winkler, Williams. Columbia takes the shot. For the Koalas, it's Warebon, Muhammad, Wilder, Swinton, and Pitts. She gets rid of this. Dish down low. Pitts going to work. Look at the physicality. Just can't finish as it's nearly taken back and is. Unable to gather is Winkler. Koalas still with the ball.
They're going to need someone to start stopping Pitts. Right now she's dominating everything. It's falling off of the board. But it just looks comfortable. She says it's her ball and no one's saying anything about it.
On the way, that won't drop. Shot clock goes. Here come the Cavs. Montreat College. Driving, wanted to fire along the edge of the block. Stolen away. Koalas, a lot of room to work with Columbia. She just goes the distance and can't finish as we get the call under the basket.
Yeah, and I think that might be a teachable moment there for Anaya Sands. She got the ball in rhythm at the top of the key. You have to go ahead and just let that one fly from deep, I believe. Unforced error with the turnover.
Yeah, when you've got that much time, just take the shot. Back yourself, it's early. Who knows, it goes in, you start to get into a right rhythm.
This goes at the line, no surprise. Wilder, the freshman, 69% at the line this season. Second goes as well. 9-5. Koalas leading the Cavaliers. Stop for the travel. A free turnover in possession for Columbia. Almost halfway through our first.
Yeah, unforced errors. The Columbia Koalas second in the conference in forcing opponent turnovers. Montreat, they have to take good care of the basketball if they're going to knock off the Koalas yet again.
Columbia all the way outside to Wilder from the front court.
Something interesting of note for the Koalas. 0-2 versus Montreat this season, 0-3 in the state of Tennessee.
That is interesting. Pulled the trigger, Koalas back out to the straightaway. Tries it again. This has got too much sauce. You can see the men's team get excited.
It's always nice to see the men's team supporting the women's and vice versa.
This rattles off the heel of the iron and the foul. I'm not sure how Lanisa Swinton came out with that, but the forward standing alone with the ball trapped over her head.
You can see Coach Jamie Moore of Montreat just incensed with her team's inability to be able to corral those rebounds, allowing second and third chance opportunities for the Koalas so far in this game.
Montreat has been streaky this year. They lost their first 3, then they won 3 in a row. And they went on a losing streak, then a winning streak. They had a tough December and start to the year, but bounced back and then split. They went back and forth the rest of the schedule. 3-ball, bang! This one goes. Long range delivery. 9-8, Columbia still leads, but Montreat gaining ground.
Yeah, that's Sinai Camper being able to knock down that long-range bomb. Camper, the freshman, coming off the bench for Montreat. As this season has gone on, you can tell that Coach Moore has begun to have more and more confidence in Camper's ability to contribute on a consistent basis.
Camper shooting 25% from three-point range over the course of the season. Obviously, her first bucket in the game, the assist by Ramaya Sanders. We get the call right away this time. So the call going to be against Harvey. We'll play on. Koalas. Muhammad the junior gave it off. From the straightaway, Columbia College sees it rattle out. Rattles off. From mid-range, the bunny.
You can see Williams has got a bit early on. She just looks confident. See why she got into the Team of the Year accolades.
To respond on the other end, now trailing 10-9 to Montreat. Columbia, wide open floor. Hey, three-man weave, but can't finish.
That was a really nice move. Just needed to get the finishing touch.
I thought she had it. Now we'll go the other way again. Back and forth we go. It's chaotic as this rolls and won't drop before being forced off the floor, and the change to the Koalas.
Yeah, and both teams playing with a ton of pace, trying to get up and down the floor. The team that's going to be able to settle in and get into their offense is going to be the one that gets out of this scrum with the momentum.
Yeah, you could almost say it's been as back and forth as a basketball game.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Game of runs.
Quite the hot start. 3 minutes left to go in our first between these two teams. We'll keep it here, but we're going to throw you for a look at the two men's games we've had so far if you weren't with us for our coverage of those two games. This is a look at our day one schedule of Appalachian Athletic Conference basketball tournament action.
Yeah, just moments ago, Reinhardt falling to Tennessee Wesleyan. A last-second play made by Rashawn Hampton, getting the ball down low to his big man who finished for the deuce. Brian Collins and Trua McConnell. That was another classic that occurred earlier this morning.
Yeah, and it's been a day of the big men. Jerry Taylor Jr. was unbelievable. His stats might not have suggested so, but the way he was able to stop some of Truett's key players responsible for the win.
Cavs, what a shot in midair. Couldn't knock it down. Back outside, a three ball is too strong. Montreat gets it again, but only for a moment before we get the whistle. Roberts couldn't hook it in.
And I love it when you can tell that a team is completely locked into the message that their coach is delivering them. Earlier in this quarter, we saw Coach Jamie Moore of the Lady Cavs just completely incensed at her team not being able to corral some of those rebounds. Now we're seeing 4 and 5 blue jerseys crashing the glass at all times.
Koalas fighting for this, and the block draws a whistle.
You can already tell the intensity on the glass has improved for Montreat, and it's going up and down that lineup.
Yeah, wild series. Offensive rebound, offensive rebound, offensive rebound. Roberts gets all three. So just like that, she's got a game's worth of rebounds. Total rebounds 12 to 10. Montreat leading that category. This goes.
In a game that's as scrappy as this game is, you just need that real quality. Quality shown there by Tresselyn Roberts just to calm it down and make the most out of the calmer moments.
Through the front court, down alongside the arc, kicked it back near the midcourt stripe. Over the top. Koalas like something there. She's going to take her time and give it off again. Good handoff. 3-ball is really strong.
It's been a couple like that today. Just not really finding the range just yet.
I always wonder if the height of the ceiling throws the athletes off. This is a little taller than the gym. They average, you know, probably 10, 15, maybe even 20 foot taller than some of these conference gyms.
Yeah, that's fair. The depth perception is something that teams have to get adjusted to when playing in new venues. And again, that's the danger of putting yourself in a position where you have to win the conference tournament. It's so difficult to win 4 games in 4 days, and then even more difficult to try to get adjusted to a new venue in the process.
Yeah, you're out of your bed, you're out of your routine. This rattles out on the Koalas at a huge collision down inside for the motionless Pringle, who catches the whistle.
Seems a bit harsh in terms of where is Pringle supposed to go. She was just stood still, but
you do have to provide a little bit of space when it comes to allowing a player to land. So I believe that's more where the call occurred. Those are debates that go back and forth depending on what side of the aisle you stand on.
This one rattles off the top. Yeah, I'd have to look at the rule book for that one. I know you have to give room to finish a shot, but I don't know about that play.
The rule book is up to interpretation as well.
I agree with that. Pinballs all around and won't fall. Another change coming for Montreat, 2 for Columbia, as we'll see Pitts back onto the floor as well as Werbon. 12-9 early. 90 seconds still to play in our first. Floater goes, cash money.
And Anaya Muhammad has struggled from downtown. Well, how about getting it all the way to the rim and getting a nice little floater to fall, trying to get herself going for her squad.
Columbia College, always a good watch. They've got the dulcet tones of Mark Shelley, former East Coast Hockey League Broadcaster of the Year on the Koalas staff. Always a joy to listen to. Floated through. Good shot. It comes up a bit weak. In transition, once and all, the 3-ball is cash money for the Koalas of Columbia. They lead 14-12 in the final minute of our first.
And the dangerous part about a great player seeing one go down like Anaya Muhammad did 2 possessions ago, she starts to feel confident in herself. Getting the long-range shot to fall, maybe that's what Muhammad needs to start to build some momentum.
Yeah, Ramaya Sanders standing by. This rims out, waiting to check in.
yeah, the way she was just peeling away from the shot as she took it, as if she knew it was going in. Been quite satisfying.
Long feed down the floor. Koalas get it to go. Beautiful. It's a track beat, 16-14. Cavs. From the wing, she's wide open. Too much sauce and hauled in by the Koalas. 7 seconds in our first. 5, 4, 3 as she pulls up and short off the front of the iron. Our first period ends 16-14, the advantage for the Koalas of Columbia College in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Need a break? A break from the grind? The stress? We have just the place. A place where you can let your inner thrill-billy out. Bristol Motor Speedway, April 10th through the 12th for the NASCAR Food City 500 Triple Header Weekend. 3 days, 3 races, 2 night races, 1 epic weekend. Don't just take a break, race to it. Get your tickets, upgrades, and more now at BristolMotorSpeedway.com. It's not just a race.
It's Bristol, baby!
back in Kingsport as we're about to roll into the second between these two teams. Glad you're with us for college basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Really exciting first.
Very exciting indeed, and you really feel like both teams now starting to settle in, getting a feel for the venue, starting to get their feet wet, and still waiting for some of the better players like Ramiah Sanders to get going for Montreat.
On the way, the three rattles off. We've already seen a couple of men's games today. This is the first of 2 women's games as we open that side of the bracket. It rattles off as well. The return, short.
Nia Muhammad's been very aggressive for Columbia in this game so far. She's now up to 12 field goal attempts. And we just entered into the second quarter.
Shoot on sight. I like it. We were just talking earlier about if you have the room to shoot, you might as well back yourself.
Good hook shot. That is a beautiful, beautiful play down inside by Trinity.
The worry is you don't want to get to a point where you're shooting your team out of the game. So they're going to trust you to take those shots because you've hit those shots all season long. That's where you've been. But when you don't really have it going, you feel like you need to try to play through some other people at one point.
This one results in the whistle. The Koalas going to turn that over.
Montreat has really settled in defensively. That's where things have sort of turned in terms of the tide compared to where they were earlier in the first quarter.
And back underway. Cavaliers running the floor. Sands wouldn't keep it for long. Entry pass down inside, rattled off. And a battle for it as Pitts. Here's the whistle sound.
Yeah, those are battles that Natalie Pitts has been coming on the right side of so far in this game. Crashing the glass with reckless abandon, really making her presence felt down there.
Sarah Williams leading the way for the Cavs with 5 points, 4 for Roberts, 8 points for Muhammad. 4 for Wilder as well. Columbia College. The entry feed, and this goes down inside as we get the whistle.
And depending on if you watch a lot of college or if you watch a lot of NBA basketball, I'll tell you in the WNBA, that's probably a good play. They get that extra little gather step. Unfortunately, Natalie Pitts not playing at that level just yet, so you're going to get called for the walk every time.
We remain deadlocked at 16. This won't drop. Regathered, Montreat College, another chance, and it goes off the glass for Ella Kate Waldron.
The battles for rebounds have been really interesting, I think. You've got Roberts on 6 for Montreat, but then you've also got Swinton on 5, Wearbon on 3, Pitts on 3 for the Koalas. It's going to be really interesting. I feel like that's going to be such an important factor in who wins today.
Free ball a bit strong. Pulled down across. Drives from the straightaway down the side of the block. Fighting for possession as it skeeters down to the baseline.
Yeah, but how about the defense there from Layla Harvey, not conceding any inch to Nia Muhammad, who's just been phenomenal thus far.
That's exactly what you want to see on that end of the floor from any of your athletes, right? That's the kind of performance production you're looking for. Stick-to-itiveness. Columbia, you love to see that too if you're a Koala fan. This one down to the other end and tried to do it all. Wearbon can't get it to go as it's taken right back by TMU. And Montreat College, just a bit too much sauce.
Right now, both teams really struggling on the offensive end. Again, the squad who's going to be able to settle down and get into their offense, find some good looks consistently, that's going to be the group that likely takes this one as it just continues to seesaw back and forth. Those are the kind of good looks that you need to be able to generate. Right there, being able to create a nice mid-range jumper. Everyone loves long balls, and the two-pointers at the rim are a little bit easier, but you want to take those mid-range opportunities when you can find them.
Yeah, we saw that last game. Derek Brown for Reinhardt, unbelievable just from the jump shots. Got himself a yard of space and just floated it in nice and easily.
Frank, I'll say there's probably not many things sweeter than being able to see a player just continue to make it happen from the mid-range area.
Drives and fires, and this is a bit strong. Sands gets hit with a foul. The first one goes at the line. No surprise to see that. 9 points for Muhammad.
And it's a volume 9 points right now. She's letting it all hang out so far for the Koalas. Putting them up early and often. Would love to see if maybe if she approaches the game a little bit more of a governor as things go on and staying aggressive, but also kind of taking what the defense gives her.
Quickly blown dead on the other end.
Yeah, that was Montreat looking for the give and go there. Ramaya Sanders still pretty quiet right now for Montreat. Only 2 points in 3 shot attempts thus far.
Pitched outside, that's a long three. And a bit strong, actually, couldn't knock it down. She tried that one from over the mountains, my goodness. Six minutes still to play in this first half. We've got a lot of back and forth between these two. To the straightaway in the wing. Wants to drive down the side of the block in the baseline, and it goes off. Everybody says they have possession. Koalas will keep it.
Yeah, that was very reminiscent of the Spider-Man meme. Everyone pointing at each other, not really sure who was right.
Tossed on. Columbia College tries the three and gets it to go. What a ball. Wilder has 7 points.
Yeah, and a much-needed long-range shot falling for Columbia. 2 of 15 before that one.
To the other end, this rattles and won't drop. (21-20). She'll drive. Werbon gets it to go. Back-to-back buckets for the Koalas as they're back out ahead. 23-20 with 5 to play in the first half.
And so often we see drivers sort of shy away from that contact that they know is imminent. That was a nice job by Werbon to go all the way into the contact, go through the chest of the defender and finish.
Yeah, they've just got to be comfortable taking the hit if it's coming.
A bit strong, but last touch by the Koalas, so it stays with Montreat.
Entering from Montreat, number 3, Tristan Roberts, number 10, Amanda Sands. Time out on the board. Excellent time to visit with the section.
back in Kingsport with tournament basketball. Koalas leading by 3. 2 on the shot clock as Montreat attempts to respond. It's hauled in by Columbia College.
Yeah, and I think Columbia wisely going into that 2-3 zone, forcing Montreat to beat them from beyond the arc. They haven't really been able to find much consistency shooting the basketball. We're seeing Montreat also kind of approach things similarly. They want to see which squad is able to make some of these bombs go down.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, especially with how dominant they are in and around the center.
Really nice score as Columbia extends their lead to 5.
That was Natalie Pitts showcasing some of the footwork there.
The response from Montreat, they're doing all the right things and just can't quite get it to go.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of trying to work and find looks. They're getting decent attempts at it. So far, it's Columbia.
Short. Koalas on cue. Cavaliers to respond. What a move, my goodness. Windshield wiper through and gets it to go off the glass.
And I will say that was a very nice, unselfish play by Sinai Camper, giving it to Sarah Williams, who passed the unselfish buck by delivering that nice assist.
The response wide, a little short. Cavaliers will keep us rolling.
Want to see if Coach Tolan has a way to get Sanders involved in the offense. Maybe see if she's the one that flashes middle and allowing her to create through that zone.
We know with basketball, all it takes is one thing and suddenly she can become the best player on the court, the snap of a finger.
Right now, the Koala zone is giving Montreat a ton of trouble. So far, the Lady Cavs are just passing the ball around the perimeter, hoping that someone pops open, and they're taking a ton of tough jumpers because of that zone.
This is wide, and the call down on the baseline in a 3-point game. 2 minutes left to play still in this first half. I mean, that zone couldn't be working better than it is.
And the object of the zone, specifically a 2-3 zone, you want to try to keep that team out the paint. You want to dictate the type of shots that they take. It's different than taking those type of long-range shots off of a swing, off of momentum, getting the ball in rhythm. Compared to where now you have to take that shot. I'm telling you to take that shot. It just feels a little bit different.
3 ball, just a bit off the mark. Put back by Pitts and the foul.
Natalie Pitts just continuing to stay on that glass. She's very patient when it comes to finishing down low as well, drawing the contact off the up fake.
Pitts has been good at the line. First trip today. This goes. This season, Pitts 74%. That's her 39th free throw. (27-22). Cavaliers, Sanders around from the wing. 3 is just not quite right.
Yeah, now Montreat, their shots are almost exclusively coming from beyond the arc.
Hold to the floor. Harvey got a hold of the ball, and that results in the whistle immediately.
they're continuing to rise and fire from downtown, now 2 of 12 from 3.
If you're Columbia and their coaching staff, you've got to be over the moon with how this is going. Just sitting in, your plan's working perfectly. Everything's going how you would like it.
This goes.
Yeah, and I would say that was a nice adjustment made by Coach Tolan to go with that look. Now the onus is going to fall on Coach Jamie Moore of Montreat to be able to find an adjustment to the adjustment. That's the cat and mouse game that we see in these situations with teams that have already played against each other. I've seen everything that you have. Now come up with something else. Okay, now you come up with something else.
Muhammad with 13 first-half points. Driving and trying this off the glass. Pinballed out, 63 seconds in the first half.
Montreat really calling for their star, Ramaya Sanders, to just get going. She's just not out first gear yet today.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very good way to describe the way that it seemed for her a little bit. I'm not saying that she's not playing hard by any means, but it just sort of seems like she's just chilling a little bit, right? She's just kind of easing her way into the game. Like it's any other game, a random Tuesday in AAC play. This can be your last game. There we go.
There's a floater for Amaya Sanders off the window. And 24 points on the board for Montreat College.
She's been so effective all year long for Montreat, really over the course of her career as a Lady Cav. You have to figure that she's going to put her foot on the gas at some point, maybe right on time for Montreat.
Sanders has 4 points. Entry feed to Pitts. Kicked outside. Columbia College Koalas pickpocketed. Long floater almost goes off the floor. Somehow they stay with it. A dozen seconds left in this first half. She drives. Down low. Banged off. 5 seconds left in the half. 3, 2, 1. In time. And it takes a big high bounce but won't drop at the buzzer. A really exciting first half of action. Brief thoughts on what we saw in quarters 1 and 2.
Well, my thought right now was both teams sort of seeing a late arriving offense. One team is going to have to start to hit shots and find good looks consistently. That's going to be the group that comes up with the win.
Yeah, and what I will say is that the coaching staff of Columbia have got this spot on. They'll be over the moon. And if you're looking at the battle of the two star players, if you will, Anaya Mohammed turning up slightly more than Ramaya Sanders. Got 3 times the points, but still looking for both of them to show their qualities second half.
Definitely excited to see what they bring and what to expect going into half number 2. At the half, it's 29-24, a 5-point advantage to the Koalas of Columbia.
My West Hollywood story is exploring the iconic boulevards, endless shopping, and beautiful galleries. Inspiration is endless in West Hollywood. The neighborhood tells stories of established and emerging artists. You will find fashion and styles from all over the world here. A California sunset is the perfect way to end our day. We will take VIP tickets to this show every night. Our vacation is just getting started. This is our West Hollywood story. Come and find yours.
LA Galaxy belongs on the best surfaces. Whether you're the best player or the best fan, every goal, every tackle, every last-second battle, it all requires precision, performance, and passion. The LA Galaxy trust AstroTurf to provide the best surfaces, because champions deserve the best. AstroTurf, the official synthetic turf and hybrid field building partner of the LA Galaxy.
My dad was a farmer, and when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised, or believing that men provide and they don't struggle. But we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
In Major League Baseball, you could dream with no limits. You could become your hero. Steal the show. Or even start a new club. You can meet the moment and exceed the hype. You can write a new chapter of history and let your city dream again. This season, anything can happen.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Our South Carolina story is told through love. We always felt the need to take a moment for ourselves, and the ocean has always drawn us closer. Charleston was such a romantic destination with its ancient oaks and beautiful walking paths through town. But we love hiking too, and Greenville gave us a perfect view. This is our South Carolina story. What's yours?
Brilliant again. She just... The atmosphere is building here in the stadium, particularly this coming out.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, where we've got the AAC Basketball Conference Tournament play-in day. Today we've got Montreat versus Columbia at the moment. It is all to play for 29-24 in the favour of Columbia. Columbia have got the tactics right at the moment. They're sitting in, inviting Montreat, saying, come on, shoot at us. And that is working a treat. Anaya Mohammed, top scorer, on 12 points. For Montreat, Tresselyn Roberts on 6 points and, quite interestingly, 7 rebounds. And it's been very interesting watching the rebounds. Leonissa Swinton for Columbia on 9, Natalie Pitts on 8. Pretty much every time that ball goes up, it's a straight wrestling match. The lead's changed 5 times, which sort of suggests what type of game it is. And right now, the game is separated by 5. The winners to place Milligan and Samaj Clark, the AAC Player of the Year, winning 8 weekly awards. So it'll be a big game to play against the number 1 seeds.
Back inside of the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. It's the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament. Only one can move on. 2 really good programs. Got a moment to catch up with Christian Zylstra, the SID of Montreat, right before coming back up here from the half, and had a good time chatting with him. A lot of respect for Montreat College, and Glenn is building an incredible set of athletic programs at Columbia, too. So much respect for his work and what Columbia is putting together and how much improvement. Just think about the last 5 years. I don't even know if the basketball programs have existed for 5 seasons yet, have they?
I think it's close to that point.
It's wild. I mean, they've come a long way as this goes off the rip to open quarter number 3 in Kingsport.
But Gabe, to that point, they just continue to bring in talent, continue to develop their players, and year over year, they start to look like a team that you have to worry about when you talk about some of the best in the AAC. Maybe a year away from really making their mark, but they're going to be a squad that figures to see themselves up near the top as time goes on.
This is the first year that both the men's and the women's team have made the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament for the Koalas. So some new history for that program and the direction they're headed in. It's where they want to go. Moving down the floor quickly. Already a minute gone in the second half and a 3-point game. Down to the baseline, rattled through and taken up by the Cavaliers.
So far, it's sloppy on both sides offensively. Both squads struggling from the field so far.
This rims and drops. A 1-point game. Montreat a 5-0 run to start the second half. Looking good.
Yeah, and more importantly, a much-needed bucket from number 12, Ramaya Sanders, one of the best scorers in the AAC, starting to find her footing offensively.
They would love to get more out of her, get her more involved. Fighting down inside, almost drops, it rolls off the side.
Yeah, anytime you get those type of point-blank opportunities right in front of the rim, those come back to bite you more often than not.
Swinton couldn't get it. Now the ball loose on the floor and headed the other way. Koalas float this outside from the straightaway. She'll drive and Pitts. Oh my goodness. The power play down inside.
Oh my goodness, definitely, because the Montreat faithful probably wanted a walk. They may have wanted a jump ball, some type of call.
Yeah, I agree. That goes, we go to the other end. We're deadlocked, 31 apiece.
Quite interesting. It's quite interesting there. We've seen them sitting in and saying, go and shoot, and then you just have Natalie Pitts happy to just run through everyone and do it herself.
Regathered by the Koalas. Now the Cavs with a 2 waiting to come onto the floor for Montreat.
Yeah, we're seeing Montreat come out with a renewed sense of urgency here in the second half.
Roberts, Sands, Sanders, Williams, Camper, the 5 on the floor for Montreat. 9 points for Amaya, 6 for Roberts. Off the glass, this goes. Leading for the first time in quite a while. And a timeout on the floor as the coaches are all fired up. Early in our second half, Montreat back in the driver's seat against the Columbia Koalas. Back at Kingsport. We're stopped.
Yeah, gonna get called for the offensive foul there for the Columbia Koalas. A little bit too aggressive, trying to carve out some space with Chandria Pringle. It's been all Montreat so far here in the third quarter. 9-2 run.
Remember what I talked about, you know, my conversations with Nia Leverett, who played so long in the SEC, 5 seasons as a consistent presence for Georgia and Kentucky. Third quarter, how you start off the rip is everything. That momentum, that energy is going to carry through the second half.
Right now, this seems to be carrying Montreat.
This goes from the baseline.
Well, Montreat just look like they're up for the fight now. They look like they've got fire in their bellies and they're up for it.
Trapped, somehow gets it away. Pitts sees it stolen by Ramaya Sanders, who gets the easy bucket. Koala's got to take care of the ball. They're trailing by 6. And foul.
Yeah, an offensive foul as this game has completely flipped on its head. Montreat now in total control here in the third quarter. 13-2 run.
Wild. That's a wild run to start. Drives down the block, fires from the low paint, and a bit too much. Koalas nearly lose the ball.
Columbia just need to calm down. It looks like they're all starting to panic. Like they've not been in this position before, but they must have done. Just relax. Play what you were playing in the first half.
Yeah, they looked fantastic in that first half. Entry feed, able to haul it in. Finesse back outside. Now she'll knife her way down the line, and the shot clock violation forced by Montreat.
Yeah, Columbia right now just all over the place. Not really playing with a ton of movement offensively. Everything is one-on-one. Go and see if you can get a bucket on your own. They're going to have to create some type of way to make some ball movement and player movement. They need to find a way to get themselves some good looks.
Good pass stolen by Pitts and the Koalas. Columbia College fires, she's fouled. Halfway through our third, it's a 6-point game. Montreat leading 37-31.
Columbia could do with this to just stop the rut, reset it a bit.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break with them as well. Can the Koalas get back in this? Find out next on the Southeast Sports Network. The lead with the Cavaliers of Montreat over the Columbia Koalas, 37-31. Been a very, very nice performance put together. Montreat looking to keep it going. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson, Frank Osborne on day one of the Appalachian Athletic Conference basketball tournament. We've flipped to the women's bracket, and these two having quite the battle.
Yeah, and Columbia right now trying to find a way to generate some offense. It's been difficult for them here in the second half. Montreat tightening the screws on both sides of the ball. But, I mean, I'll say it, Columbia, they weren't really getting a ton of good looks in that first half either. It's just that Montreat now is starting to play better offensively.
Makes all the difference when the players seem much more up for it. Montreat have turned it on this second half, this third quarter, and looks much different the game.
Cavaliers from the side of the floor, knock it down. Montreat is on fire.
Yeah, to that point, Frank, you can just tell the energy level has increased for Montreat across the board, on the bench as well as on the floor. You see that they're diving on the ground, trying to get loose balls. It just feels like the Lady Cavs are approaching this third quarter much differently than they did in that first half. You said it yourself. It seemed like Ramaya Sanders at one point was still stuck in first gear. Well, I would say that that is no longer the case.
Yeah, she's up to double digits now, up to 11. Sarah Williams on 12 as well for Montreat.
And that's a major advantage to be able to have a player like Ramaya Sanders, who is really universally recognized as one of the better players in the AAC, but being able to have someone right alongside her in Sarah Williams who can step up and make plays for her as she gets herself into the game. There were points where Sarah Williams really kept their offense afloat as Ramaya Sanders eased her way into it. Now with both of them going, Montreat's going to be tough to stop.
Back underway with the Cavaliers working with the basketball. They lead by 8. Unbelievable they were trailing at the half.
Looks like a completely different side now. Bit of confidence, bit of fight.
Good drive to the elbow. She'll knife her way in deeper and get it to go. A double-digit lead, the first of the game for either team. It goes to the Cavaliers of Montreat.
And this looks a lot more like the team that dominated the season series. Montreat 2-0 against Columbia. The Koalas, they have not been able to figure out the Lady Cavs so far this year. Right now, still a riddle that they have yet to crack.
On the way from the elbow, this goes.
They needed that.
Much needed indeed, trying to stop some of the bleeding.
We got a Rick Bentley sighting. This rattles off and won't go. Rick Bentley is the sports information director for the University of Pikeville. And he has the most interesting stories of anybody I've ever met in my life.
Most interesting.
The most interesting. The most interesting in content and the largest quantity of interesting stories as well.
So not only does he have the most interesting stories, he has a lot of interesting stories.
Correct. It's a bag. It's a deep bag.
We'll call that age.
From the top of the block, Cavaliers turn around, the hook goes. Baby, send her fishing.
Yeah, Ramaya Sanders isn't really known for being able to long-range bomb it, but she has great footwork inside the arc and great finishing ability.
44-36, Montreat. Outside from the wing to the corner. 3-ball, rattles and goes on the other end. Montreat's leading 47-36.
And it's that 1-2 punch for Montreat really leading the way here in the third quarter. Sanders and Williams.
Williams is now up to 63 pointers made this season, and I refuse to believe that that wasn't highlighted before, yet she still seems to be in a lot of space every time she's getting them off.
Yeah, you would think the scouting report is, oh, we're not going to leave 21 open, right?
You'd think that.
13 points for Sanders, 2 for Walraven, 15 for Williams, 3 for Camper. 14 for Muhammad, 9 for Wilder, 6 for Pitts. Driving and kicked it to the corner. She knocks down the 3-ball.
Yeah, and Montreat's offense firmly in rhythm, and the Columbia Koalas struggling to be able to keep up. They haven't been able to score with much consistency all game long. 14-point deficit may prove difficult to overcome.
I did not see this coming. This second half has been an absolute explosion by the Cavaliers.
Yeah, the script completely flipping in their direction. What can Columbia do to even find a way to cut into the deficit going into the fourth?
They've got to work it out soon, because otherwise it's going to be too little too late.
3-ball's a bit strong. If it were up to me, I would say just slow down. You just got to slow it down. Cavaliers are not trying to slow it down. It's a track meet in Kingsport as they run to the other end of the floor, and they just kiss another 2-ball off the glass.
And therein lies the conundrum. You say slow it down. Well, we're trailing by 16. How slow can we really go?
Well, that's a good point, too. That's a lot of production for 11 minutes of game time left. 3-ball bangs home for Columbia on cue. They're trying to speed it up, I guess.
Yeah, they're trying to get themselves back into the ball game, but they're going to need more where that came from.
I think on the offensive end, you just got to hit the brake just a little bit. Sanders, no. Gonna try it again, and Pitts gets the block and takes it away.
Yeah, they need to focus on stopping Montreat, just racking up points. The offense will come. They've got the quality. They just need to stop conceding as much.
Back to the other end, Cavaliers running the fast break. Walraven, who's been so good, she gets it right back from the wing. A quarter minute left to go in the period, and the 3-ball goes for Walraven. She's got 5 as well.
And this game has turned into a 3-point barrage for Montreat.
The response for Columbia, as that'll do it for period number 3. But they're going to have a lot of digging to do if they want to come up with a victory somehow in this 4th period and keep their season alive in Kingsport. Back in Kingsport as we're about to begin our final period of action between the Koalas and these Cavaliers. Really, really exciting first few periods. Short.
And the offense for Columbia way too stagnant for them to really find a way to get back into this game.
This is just not on the mark. Greened off on her. Koalas. Yeah, you basically need back-to-back threes. You know, you need like a 6-0 or an 8-0 run to start this period. And then you're kind of in striking distance and you can start working. Otherwise, I mean, you're averaging about 12 points per period.
Yeah, but not necessarily. You really just need to be able, this is where I say you have to speed the game up. This is where you start to trap a little bit more defensively, maybe throw out a different lookout, maybe throw a zone, see what you can do to try to speed up Montreat. Right now, Montreat, they're getting into their offense very comfortably. You have to try to make them uncomfortable and take advantage of it on the other end.
Probably won't do as much of this the rest of the tournament as we get deeper into the bracket, but you know, the first 2 games of the day, the men's games, we invited people to let us know where they were tuned in from. So would love to know if you're watching from somewhere interesting as she streaks through and knifes it off the basket for a pair. Now a 12-point advantage for the Cavs as Columbia gets 2 more back. Just tag myself on Twitter, X, whatever you call it, Z tweet, at SchRayGuy, SCHRAYGUY, or SESN Sports, Southeast Sports Network on X. Let us know where you're tuned in from if it's somewhere cool. I think the winner is still Iceland.
Yeah, Iceland's definitely the most interesting place we've heard from so far.
It's the coolest in multiple uses of the, you know, it's cool, it's cold. Got a timeout on the floor. We just took a break, so we'll keep it here. So a dozen points separating these two. We'll show our viewers at home a look at the top teams in the AAC. And while they get a look at that, talk to me about how does this strategy play out? We keep saying speed up. Is that it? Just you got to speed up your offense?
Well, probably not just that cut and dry. It's not just, okay, we're going to play fast and see what happens. You have to have some sort of rhyme or reasoning with playing fast. But at the same time now, it's just about getting something up, just getting it on the wall, seeing what sticks. But you got to turn over Montreat. That's the first order of business.
It's almost similar to a boxing match. You've got to dodge their punches, but make sure your punches are hitting and hitting hard and often.
Hey, Frank, you're speaking my language. I love a good boxing reference.
Nice. Let's look at the top teams in the country. Dordt College leading the way. They scored 117 points in a game, averaging 87 per outing and shooting 47% from the floor. Freed Hardeman is almost the #1 team on the men's and women's side. Very close, dangerously close.
I know those are some fun nights when they have games.
Oof, no kidding. Trying to do some work. Drives and off the glass this goes. Montreat scores 2 more.
Yeah, Columbia came out in a zone look there, but Montreat just able to easily puncture it on the dribble.
Dish that across. She's going to try to go inside, and a lot of physical contact. Werbon sent to the hardwood.
This just has been quite a physical game. We've seen literal fighting every time the ball's gone up and off the backboard. Got people on 12. Leonissa Swinton on 12 rebounds. Pitts on 9. Roberts for Montreat on 9 as well. You can see it's just been scrappy.
And that's sort of what these games devolve into when you, again, talk about teams that are meeting each other for the 3rd time this year. There is not an offensive set that you can throw out on the court that I haven't seen, either in film or in person. So now this is where naturally it becomes a little bit more physical. You're trying to force your way to your spots. You're trying to force the issue on the glass, getting to the rim. And I like the officials kind of letting both teams play, not really intervening too much. It's been a nice flow to this game, so a lot of credit to them for that. And I don't really like to give the officials much of credit for anything.
I know you don't. We got real beef up here over the officials. 5 on the floor for Montreat as she'll take this down and it pinballs but won't drop. Harvey, Varela, Sanders, Williams, and Camper. 17 points for Williams, 13 for Sanders. For the Koalas, it's Werbon, Muhammad, Wilder, Swinton, and Harper. Muhammad with 16, Wilder with a dozen.
Yeah, but Muhammad 16 on 20 shots. It has not been a very efficient game from her. Montreat doing a nice job of forcing her to work very hard for her good looks.
Cashed in down low, 59-43. Koala's got to start scoring in bunches and quick.
Yeah, scoring in bunches probably the understatement of the day. They need to just really see if they can get shots up. Anaya Muhammad was getting them up earlier. This would be the time now for her to really empty the tank.
Well, do you think we'll start to see a different change in the defensive tactics? Because they've been sitting in and inviting the shooting, but they're going to have to start forcing turnovers soon.
This goes, I don't know.
No, if I were their coach, I would say that we're trapping the ball on every ball screen. We're going to send 2 players up, get the ball out of the ball handler's hands, sort of slide up into the gaps to see if we can create turnovers. But you're right, they have to do something different to see if that sort of gives them a shot of adrenaline.
Definitely playing a little bit more pressed up towards the front court, but still sitting back a little bit in that zone type look. I'd like to see something different as well defensively out of the Koalas.
With the gap so big, Montreat can just manage the game. They can take their time, set up attacks. They don't need to give away passes that could be forced into turnovers. They can just take their time.
Absolutely correct. That's really been what we've seen is Montreat and those guards. They're sizing up their defender, They're taking their time, getting into their offensive set and getting into their rhythm and sort of doing a slow march on their way to the rim. Columbia has to be more intentional of keeping them away from getting easy buckets.
61-45. Yeah, it leaves a lot of question marks about that production, about how you play that defense and shift things. I mean, basically you have to outscore. You haven't scored as many points as you need right now in a single period yet. They did not score 16 points in the first, second, or third period, which is 10 minutes long. This goes. 61-48. You're going to have to absolutely come uncorked if you want to come back.
Have to start taking risks. But then you leave yourself vulnerable for the counter.
Is that another boxing reference?
This rattles and won't drop.
This is where you got to go. You got to go.
Columbia, 5 minutes to go. Koala's pump wanted to drive. Wilder, she's got 17. Dished across. Muhammad, who's got 16. Over the top, kept alive on the baseline. A triple team. Working the wing. Columbia College, they're using the whole shot clock with 2 seconds left. And this won't go after the trigger pull. Kept alive, the second chance bucket goes within 11.
Massive point there, kept it alive. Keeps them within a distance that's possible.
Drives and it's pickpocketed. Columbia seeking to get another bucket and one. And all of a sudden, Anaya Muhammad and the Koalas could put together a miraculous comeback at 61-52.
But that was created by them getting a stop on one end and using that defense to create offense.
All of a sudden, it begins to look a little bit more possible.
9 points, 3 possessions, extremely manageable.
Especially when you have a few players like Anaya Muhammad and Kristen Wilder who are not going to be shy about letting it fly. And you know that they can heat up at a moment's notice as well.
This rims out.
It's an interesting technique, an interesting tactic that Columbia aren't ever going for the rebounds on free throws. They're just sitting back in, needing the points. Could you not see a change in wanting to attack it and keep it alive if they miss the free throw?
Drives, this rims and drops. So back to an 11-point advantage. And a timeout on the floor, and a good time for one in an 11-point game with 3.5 to go. Back in Kingsport, Tennessee, and a look at Friends of the Southeast Sports Network, Commissioner of the AAC, Jay Stansel, in the black pullover, alongside him in the plaid, Brennan Sweeney, the Milligan Buff, 2 great guys. We are down to the wire in what has been a barn burner between these two teams. Moments ago, Montreat scored a bucket in response that it's just making it really tough for Columbia to find a way to come back. They need a lot of ground, and well, they need Montreat to lose a little bit. Whipped out to the straightaway. Off the side. A 4-possession game in Kingsport. Montreat to make it 5 possessions. Wall Raven handed it off. Cavs, Sanders has it stolen away. All the way down the floor, and all alone, coasting home off the glass is Anaya Muhammad, the junior. She's got 20 points.
Yeah, now we're starting to see that sense of urgency pick up for Columbia. I think they just realized this can be the final 3 minutes of our season.
3 ball, too strong. Columbia, another bucket here, changes the face of this game. Through to the back door and off the window it goes for Harper.
So now if you're Montreat, you start to slow down a little bit. You don't need to play as fast with the lead. You need to make this a possession-by-possession rock fight approaching 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and you should probably start being more aware of the counter. Twice they've been caught on quick transitions. Players very high.
I like the decision to go ahead and foul her there, make her earn those points. You're starting to run out of time.
At the line for Montreat, Amaya Sanders.
Rattles and won't drop. Ramaya Sanders this season shot 82% from the stripe, misses her first. The second off the mark as well. A lot of pressure in Kingsport. Quickly to the other end. Koalas have to pick it back up, skeetering around on the front court. From the wing, back to the straightaway. Werbon hands it off. The spin move dished outside, wing, too strong. Cavaliers can't get it back, and the whistle down inside.
That's Natalie Pitts once more attacking that offensive glass and drawing the foul. No, they're going to call her for the offensive foul.
Can't help but feel that was a very big moment in the game. If they'd have made that, wow, it really starts to get close and atmosphere growing for the Koalas. A lot of support.
Going down hard at the center of the floor.
Yeah, block charge is always sort of the double-edged sword, 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other. That type of call is such a bang-bang play. It comes to the discretion of the official more so than many other calls, and you really can't please everybody when you talk about a call like that.
Put onto the floor.
What a timeout.
It's a good time for a timeout with 86 seconds to play between these two. It feels like Montreat is still in the driver's seat. It feels like they've never gotten out of it, but Columbia has been, I mean, literally maybe 2 made shots away from being right there. You could almost say 1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been real close a couple times to just being like, oh, this is a 2-possession game. Right now it's a 4, maybe 5-possession game, depending on how you split it. 86 seconds is not a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a
it is.
It's a 3-possession game. You're guaranteed to get at least, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but you can say that you'll likely get at least 3 possessions. You have to get a stop right here with 21 seconds left on the shot clock. Maybe your next possession is at about 60 seconds remaining in the game. A bucket here from Montreat would effectively end it.
Montreat just need to manage the game. Be clever. Don't do anything stupid. Just look after the ball. Look after the counterbalance. Don't do anything you wouldn't have done all season.
Inbounding feed off the glass goes to the Cavs. They've got a 9-point advantage with less than a minute and a half to play.
And Montreat's two best players involved in that one. Sarah Williams, the pass, Ramaya Sanders, the finish.
Fires, short.
It's gonna be tough now.
Cavaliers could just burn this clock out, basically. There's 23 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, you can almost take a shot clock violation and you'll be all right. It's a 4-possession game now.
Huge collision back on the front court.
3-possession game, but will you even get 3 possessions if you're Columbia?
It's not looking like it.
Montreat just needs to play keep ball around them.
1, gets it off in time, too strong, Koalas.
Got to just put something up.
Quick 3, got it, okay, that's step 1. 6-point game.
Forcing a turnover. I was gonna say forcing a turnover may not be bad there with right around 26 seconds remaining. Would have loved to see if they could have tried to maybe trap in the corner. They got 10 seconds to bring the ball up the floor. There's right around 30 seconds remaining. See if you can force a turnover before going for the intentional foul.
This rattles and won't drop. That's huge. Second rims out. Koalas have to score. I mean, that's really all there is to it. They've got to score, and then they need to get lucky.
A rare 0 for 2 trip from the line there for Sarah Williams. We're not used to seeing that a whole bunch from her. Sanders and Williams trips to the line down the stretch of this game, 0 for 4, leaving points on the board. We'll see if Columbia can take advantage.
Yeah, Ramaya 82% during the regular season. Williams 72% at the line throughout the course of the regular season. So super unusual to see them both missing those attempts at the stripe.
Yeah, and the pressure's just a little bit different when you talk about the conference tournament. You talk about win or go home. Players say they're not feeling it until it's just them alone with their thoughts on that charity stripe.
And when you've got other teams watching you, other players you've been competing with, that's an added bit of pressure that we probably don't really think about.
Back onto the floor go the Koalas of Columbia College. Columbia needs 6 points to force extra time.
I'm thinking I'm getting this one back to Anaya Muhammad. She hit one. Let's see if she can hit another.
Wow. 3 ball from the front porch of Eastman. Doesn't have the juice on it.
Yeah, that's not a bad attempt there. Kristen Wilders hit a few as well. Now it's going to be very difficult to overcome, and this looks more like a football formation we're going to see from Montreat.
Cavaliers. The slant route from the baseline, 17 seconds to go. Fighting down the floor. Ball way back on the front court. Controlled effectively.
She's done excellent there to just kill the game.
Absolutely, and I think Columbia is going to let it go. Class act from Columbia College. Not surprised to see that. First-class program, first-class athletes. They finish off an excellent season this year with dignity. It's one of the best seasons they've had, one of the best in program history as they continue to build what they've done, what they're going to accomplish in the future. Congratulations to the Koalas on an excellent season. And of course, Cavaliers, we'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Ramaya Sanders and Sarah Williams, that dynamic duo seem to be clicking on all cylinders. We'll see if they can slay the giant in the Milligan Lady Buffaloes.
Excited to see how they perform against what is the hottest team in the conference and one of the hottest in the country in the Milligan Buffs. They're going to host them tomorrow here in their hometown of Kingsport, Tennessee, and what promises to be a tough test for that program. In just a moment, we'll join Frank Osborne on the floor with our player of the game. Gabriel Schrei, Lorenzo Robinson about to send you on your way following what was a fantastic battle. They come together for a moment post-game as just two squads. And with that celebration, we will now meet our player of the game, Frank Osborne. Jay Stansel will select her, the assistant commissioner of the Appalachian Athletic Conference. It's Ramiah Sanders. Ramiah Sanders, well-deserved recognition. Ramiah finishes with 17 points, just unbelievable. We go now to Frank Osborne and Ramiah Sanders on the floor. Here we go.
Can I know what you're going to ask so I can...
Hi, I'm Frank Osborne, joined by Ramiah Sanders. Firstly, congratulations on the win. How are we feeling?
We feeling good. We didn't put in all this work. We didn't have a bunch of hardships throughout the season, so I'm just glad that the hard work finally paying off.
And you started that third quarter, just blew them away. What was said at halftime for you to come out like that?
It was just come out here, like play every game like our last game. We didn't want this to be our last game. We came out here and do what we had to do.
And now Milligan tomorrow. How are we feeling? Nervous, excited?
Oh, excited, ready. They beat us twice already. It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
That's true. Congratulations on your win. Enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you.
There you have it. Thank you, Frank Osborne and Ramiah Sanders. Congratulations to Ramiah and the Montreat Cavaliers on your big win. We'll see you tomorrow. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. Today's game will be archived and available for replay inside of the app or platform where you viewed it. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network and Tri-Media.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.